I want to take a moment to talk about what dating with trauma looks like for me and how just going on a meet and greet or a first date with the knowledge that I want to go on another one with that person triggers off little Marnie, how she has like these moments of concern in terms of how to navigate affection or if the guy tries to get me to do the stuff. Damn, TT, I really wish I could speak more like an adult here. Right? But anyway, um I have really good healthy boundaries, and I don't at this point in my life have a hard time saying no. Even if I fawn for a moment, it's really like a millisecond and I'm good in the moment. So let's say I'm on a date with someone and maybe they're getting a little bit like handsy, or, they're trying to see if, I'm willing to go in that direction and not necessarily being out of place or out of turn or aggressive or anything like that. I don't have any difficulty saying no. I might joke about it. That might be a little bit of the fun. I'll go, that's not on the menu or something like that. Or I might go a little more in depth if there's a conversation around it. It just depends on the situation. But behind the scenes, leading up to that date that I know might become or might include a moment where I have to say no because I choose to say no, or I, need to move that person's hand or whatever it is. Little Marnie, whew, she is jumping up and down, and sometimes she's freaking out. And I think sometimes she's freaking out because she's concerned that that person isn't safe, and maybe I'm triggered for another reason. And other times it's just she's alive and well, and she's used to having somebody try to hurt her or take advantage of her or coerce her, or any number of things that go against what makes her feel safe and loved and cared for. So, what does that look like? Well, it looks like 52,000 mock conversations with somebody trying to coerce her into doing something. It looks like her feeling bad because she likes this person and she wants to say no in a way that they don't feel rejected, that their ego isn't crushed into never asking her out again. Or, being concerned that if she doesn't do what they want, they might just evaporate and go away. Like all of that stuff is alive and well. It lives inside me because it is a body memory. Our body remembers what we went through, whether it was good or it was bad. And little Marnie, for a moment there, is jumping up and down, shaking me, big Marnie, going, hey, 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 danger, danger. What if he does this? What if he says that? What if he doesn't like us because we say no? What if we hurt his feelings? And da 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 da. And you know what? That's okay. That might be something I live with for the whole rest of my life in some capacity. Hopefully, I find my person and I'm not dating for the whole rest of my life, but it might be with other interactions. And this is what I mean when I say that healing is a lifelong journey. We have things, experiences, body memories that stimulate our way of ruminating over something, which really just means that we're processing something, that we have maybe a wound that we need to pay attention to and take care of, and that we need to in those moments be really well aware that what we deserve is love and softness from ourselves instead of harsh judgment that we were trained to give ourselves, or those voices that we're so accustomed to using because it's what we heard when we were growing up. When I go on the actual date, I don't have a problem. Like, I'm fine. And if somebody, tries to take something a little further, I may softly move their hand away, not because I'm concerned about their feelings, but because I'm just letting them know through my body language that that's not acceptable. If they try again, guess what? They're letting me know who they are, and that's a deal breaker for me. Because to me, there is clarity around that. If I say no, or when I say no, if they meet it with, well, you only live once, or one of those, manipulative, disgusting, in my opinion, disrespectful kinds of comments, because don't want to respect my boundaries. They don't respect me, and no is not a complete sentence for them. That's me rejecting them at that point. That's me going, no, this is not a good thing. That is a defining moment. And I actually take that as a positive now. Or if they look like they're getting frustrated with me in some way or angry at me in some way, because I don't want to give them something that belongs to me that they have no right to, well, that's a pretty good F off moment and I'm out, like literally. So anyway, I know that people struggle with dating sometimes just in general because holy smokes, yeah, it's not so easy. But I know that those of us who have experienced trauma, particularly in our childhood, or any sort of trauma related to sex, you know that word, the S word that we can't say on TikTok, yeah. I know that that comes with a struggle. And just as another like sort of thought as I'm talking about this, I want to remind you that nobody has a right to your information. Nobody has a right to your past history. That information that you choose to share with someone should be earned over time through trust and have a reason behind it. Where I've been, what I've done, who I've done things with is not pertinent to the relationship that I'm in, period. And somebody who is pushing for that information, that isn't one red flag. That's a gigantic shipping container full. Stay safe out there, everyone. Much love to you, and be soft with yourself. Healing is a lifelong journey. So don't look for when you're going to get there and when is this going to end. Start looking at what you've accomplished and just keep building on that.